Have you ever noticed the shoes worn by NBA players? How beautiful they are. I mean, if I could borrow any one of them, I would be confused like hell. But some of them are so good that they are banned by the NBA. We will discuss some of the banned shoes by the NBA. 1. Air Jordan 1. The Air Jordan 1 was infamously banned by the league in 1985 because it did not adhere to the NBA's uniform rule. Players had to follow the NBA's rigorous rule at the time, which stipulated that their shoes had to be primarily white with a minor amount of team color. However, the predominant colors of the Air Jordan 1 were black and red, which was against the rules, although being prohibited. Michael Jordan wore the sneakers anyhow, and Nike paid the $5,000 punishment for each game. The Air Jordan 1 became one of the most famous basketball shoes of all time. 2. Incubus. Incubus by Reebok was a basketball shoe that was introduced in 1996. Players may adjust the fit and support of the shoe thanks to a novel inflatable bladder technology that was incorporated into the construction of the shoe. Due to safety worries regarding a potentially dangerous bladder system component, the NBA soon banned the shoe. There were worries that the bladder's little needle, which was used to inflate it, might come loose and hurt players. The NBA subsequently prohibited the shoe, which compelled Reebok to recall its goods. 3. Nike Foamposite 1 Galaxy. Basketball shoes called the Nike Foamposite 1 Galaxy were introduced in 2012. The shoe was a limited edition space-themed, galaxy-themed series that was inspired by outer space. The sneaker was so well-liked that lines of customers waiting to get a pair disrupted certain retail establishments. The reflective coating on the shoe's upper might potentially distract players and disrupt gameplay. Hence, the NBA ultimately decided to outlaw the sneaker. As a result, during NBA games, players were not permitted to use the Nike Foamposite 1 Galaxy shoe on the court. 4. Concept. In 2010, Athletic Propulsion Laboratories unveiled the Concept 1 basketball shoe. The Luminant launch technology was incorporated into the construction of the shoe with the goal of improving a player's vertical leap. A spring-like component in the shoe's sole was used in the technology to add an extra boost when a player leaped by compressing and releasing energy. The Athletic Propulsion Laboratories Concept 1, however, was prohibited by the NBA because it gave undue competitive advantage and broke a regulation against unfair equipment. As a result, NBA players were prohibited from donning the shoe while competing. 5. Nike Hyperdunk 2010. Due to its color scheme, the Nike Hyperdunk 2010 basketball shoe was prohibited by FIBA, International Basketball Federation, in 2010. The FIBA deemed the shoe's bright green hue and horizontal line pattern to be potentially disturbing to on-court athletes. The sneakers were therefore prohibited from being worn at 5 events, including the 2010 World Championships. 6. The Code 2. Adidas, a basketball shoe, known as the Code 2, was introduced in 2002 and featured Kobe Bryant, a player for the Los Angeles Lakers at the time. The unusual design of the shoe, which had a high top upper and an attachable ankle sleeve, made it stand out. The ankle sleeve, which was against the league's uniform standards, caused the NBA to ban the sneaker. The sleeve was regarded as a unique piece of gear that, depending on whether a player wore it or not, could provide them an unfair advantage or disadvantage. The NBA subsequently outlawed the Code 2, and the shoe's ankle sleeve was eliminated from its design. 7. Lightning Way of Wade 2. A basketball shoe called the Lightning Way of Wade 2 Code Red was introduced in 2014. The reflective substance on the heel of the shoe, which can potentially lead players to become distracted on the court, led to the NBA banning it. It was determined that the reflective material posed a risk to safety, since it might make a player dizzy or miss a shot. The sneakers were consequently prohibited from being worn during NBA contests. Only the Code Red version of the shoe was prohibited. All other colorways of the Lightning Way of Wade 2 were permitted on the court. Do you think the NBA should uplift these bans? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 8. Nike LeBron 11 2014. A basketball shoe called the Nike LeBron 11 2014 was released in 2014 in a constrained supply. The NBA banned the shoe. Nike forbade it from being sold to the general public. The shoe was a component of a unique promotion for the video game NBA 2014, as part of which players who met specific in-game goals were given virtual currency that could be used to buy the actual sneakers. Nike then revealed that unforeseen circumstances would prevent the sneakers from being sold to the general public. As a result, the Nike LeBron 11 2014 is still a sought-after collectible among sneakerheads. 9. Converse All-Star. The Converse Rubber Shoe Company first introduced the Converse All-Star basketball shoe in 1917. Now owned by Nike, the shoe is distinguished by its straightforward construction, which includes a canvas upper and a rubber sole. The All-Star, often known as the Chuck Taylor All-Star, was the first basketball shoe to receive the endorsement of a professional basketball player. Chuck Taylor. The NBA and other basketball leagues banned the shoe. These shoes are not available in recent years, as newer, technologically more advanced basketball shoes have essentially taken its place. 10. Adidas TS Creator. In 2008, Tracy McGrady, a player for the Houston Rockets at the time, provided his endorsement for the Adidas TS Creator basketball shoe. The NBA disallowed the sneaker because of a strip of material that was overly reflective and might have distracted on-court players. The NBA decided to outlaw the shoe as a result, and Adidas was forced to take the luminous strip off before it could be worn on the court. Later, the Adidas TS Creator Low was introduced as the updated version of the shoe. 11. AND1 Tai Chi. The American sportswear brand AND1 originally debuted the AND1 Tai Chi basketball shoe in 1999. Vince Carter, a former NBA player, made Tai Chi popular by wearing it during the 2000 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, where he executed a remarkable dunk. NBA forbids Tai Chi. It did draw some criticism for its unusual design and mixture of materials, which included rubber, mesh, and leather. Yet, the Tai Chi quickly gained popularity among basketball players and sneakerheads, and it has since been reissued in a number of colorways. 12. Anti-Keach 1. Klay Thompson, a player for the Golden State Warriors, is a spokesperson for the Anti-Keach 1, a basketball shoe that was initially introduced in 2016. The shoe has a mid-cut style, a mesh upper that is breathable, and a foam midsole that is padded. Thompson and other players have worn the Anti-Keach 1 on the court. The NBA warned about the shoes as wearing them was against their guidelines. The shoe has been favorably praised for its pleasant fit, fashionable style, and reasonable price point, and has assisted in boosting the Ants brand's recognition in the United States. 13. Light 'em Up 2. In 2016, Adidas debuted the Light 'em Up 2 basketball sneaker. The shoe has a low cut, mesh and synthetic upper, and a foam midsole with cushioning. Basketball players have worn the Light 'em Up 2 on the court, but the NBA banned it. The shoe has gained popularity among basketball players of all skill levels thanks to acclaim for its comfortable fit, lightweight construction, and reasonable pricing. 14. Air Jordan 10. A basketball sneaker called the Air Jordan 10 Double Nickel was introduced in 2015. The shoe bears the name of a game between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks on March 28, 1995, in which Michael Jordan scored 55 points in his first game back in the NBA following a brief spell playing baseball. One of the throwback Jordan trainers to be reissued in recent years is the Double Nickel colorway, which has a white leather upper with black and red embellishments. The NBA and other basketball leagues forbid the Air Jordan 10 Double Nickel from being worn by players. 15. Nike Airship basketball sneaker, known as the Nike Airship, was first introduced in 1984, 1 year before the renowned Air Jordan 1. Michael Jordan wore the shoe during his first season with the Chicago Bulls, but the Air Jordan 1 rapidly took its position as the brand's signature basketball shoe. The Nike Airship did not actually violate the NBA's uniform policy at the time, despite what some have claimed. The NBA had a rigorous rule that all players had to wear shoes that matched their team's colors, and the Airship had a red and black hue, which did not match the Bulls' team colors. Jordan was consequently penalized $5,000 for each game in which he used the airship on the court, due in part to its connection to Michael Jordan's early career and the controversy surrounding its alleged suspension by the NBA. The airship has subsequently grown to be a highly sought-after collector's item among sneaker fans. There are lots of banned shoes by the NBA. If I had to name them, then this video would be much longer. Tell us about more such shoes that are banned by the NBA in the comment section below. And do like and share the video.